All right, guys. Hello, hello. My name is Emil. You can also call me Kitties, I guess. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I guess that's what I go by in UVS. So if you want to, you can. Uh, we're continuing on our sealed set review series, and we're going over our last color. This took me super long, so if you could like and or subscribe, uh, that yeah, this is a sealed review, but it also applies to draft. And after this, I got one more I'm gonna do, which is the legends, and I guess I'll look at the battlefields too. It shouldn't take too long, and the signature spells, of course. But yeah, let's get to it. Um, First up, we got Bandle Soldier. Uh, this card is pretty good in an XP build. It's pretty easy to get to level 3. It's overstated. I like it. I'm not sure I feel comfortable. I've been a little picky about like what I consider good. And I'm not sure this is quite impactful. Uh oh, where'd it go? Oh god, it's lost. I need the Eric Andre music. Where'd I put this thing? All right, well, it was gonna go unplayable, so we're just gonna have to pretend that it's there. Black Rose Dignitary. This card is playable. Ramping is good. It's understated, which is the only thing, but it's playable. Uh, just off the ramp, I guess. Dude, what the heck am I doing? Okay, hold on. I actually have to find these. I'm too tired for this. Where is this card? Where is this card? Hold on, I'm gonna look in here, see where things are off. Okay. I'm probably missing them. You guys probably see it right now and you're like it's like Dora, like where is it? Okay, here's this guy. And then that means the other one is somewhere a little oh here. These both go unplayable. Alright, problem solved. Um if I'm speedrunning this, it's because it's like it's kind of late for me, and I don't like yellow. No, I'm just kidding. Yellow's all right, but yeah, we have this 2 drop. It's definitely I'll play a one might bird unit token. This card's actually pretty good, because it puts your opponent in like this awkward situation where it's like, yeah, they can probably trade with that guy, but then they give you a one might that's ready the next turn, and then you go up to 2 points. So it's pretty playable. It's not like busted or anything. It's not super good, but it's definitely playable 2 drop. Pretty good 2 drop. There's some token synergy you can do there. Uh, Crimson Pigeons. This is another playable card. It's it's got that effect of if it has other units, it's +2. But it's also only on attacking, so that's important to keep in mind. Um, Heroic Charge. I have friends who looked at this and were like, wow, this card's busted. And I don't know if I'd say it's busted, but it's kind of like back off. Um, and stun's just strong. So if you have stun synergy, this card's obviously insane. Uh, but like if you're running like the green Vex or something. But I mean, stun's just so valuable, uh, that I think I have to put it in good. Stun is just so valuable and limited because of the lack of certain removal spells. Um, then we have Loyal Poro. If I didn't die alone, draw one. This card is playable to good if you're running some kind of synergy package with like the tags. Uh, if you can get the draw one to trigger, like it's pretty good. If you miss the trigger, it's just 3 mana 3/3, which is not great, but not terrible. Scrutinizing Sergeant. God, this is like a. I think this is a play if necessary. Like, you just. You might get 2 or 3 experience out of it, but it's just not super impactful. Like, I think something I should clarify about the play if necessary stuff is like, especially with the 6 cost stuff, like it's gonna be necessary a lot of the times because you're not gonna get that many big units, and you need to play some big units. So the higher mana a play if necessary card is, the more likely it is to actually see play. I think. Um, Shepherd's Heirloom is like interesting. It's like Dorn's Blade. The no recycle is actually pretty awesome. Uh, I think this card is just good. If you have more ways to generate XP consistently, which you probably will if you're playing this card. And even if not, like 2 mana to give a permanent 2 might buff to something only once is already pretty good. Then we have Soul Harvest. This is like Coal the Weak costed, but way worse. Coal the Weak is pretty strong. I think this card is almost in the like this card is bad camp, but I'm gonna put it in play if necessary. It just feels like not impactful enough, and if this was just 2 energy, kill a unit at battlefield 3 or less, this card would be awesome. Um, it would kind of be like a black card in Magic, it's cheap early removal. You can miss a 2 drop and play this instead. It also doesn't have action speed, which is to me just is like I'm actually gonna put this in. This is a bad card, especially with all the like reaction speed buffing that can happen. Like man, imagine trying to kill like a 2 drop with this. So you're recycling to kill a 2 drop, or with 2 or 3 might, and then they just are like, I'm gonna buff this. So now you spent 2 energy, a rune, and a card, and you've done nothing. You've done literally nothing. And again, like you can't play this in combat. You can't play this while defending. Yeah, I don't think this is good. Ultrasoft Poro. I mean, I feel like this card is like the height of playable. It can potentially be like a lot of value if you again like if you're playing like Poro stuff in Ivern, um, you know, pretty dang good. If you're not, it's also decent, but yeah, it's nothing crazy. Potentially good value. It's on rate. If you get to trigger this ability, like you're pretty happy about playing this card. If you don't feel too terrible, but you don't feel great. Like I wouldn't. The reason I put this in playable is because unless I'm running an Ivern, uh, you know, type of deck, uh, you know, a lot of times this is just a 5 energy, 5 might, and maybe you get a couple might out of it, maybe. Then we have divining shells. It's a 2 energy gear with vision on it, and then you can kill it and give a unit +2. But what's important to note is that that's action, and for that reason, I will give it playable. So right now, so far, yellow's looking just like very playable. So like, you know, you're not mad to see a lot of these cards, but they're not amazing. Enthralling Protector. This is another playable card. It goes into the XP archetype. Um, it has Hunt on it. It's playable. You can do the spin to buff thing, but I don't know how often you're gonna want to spend 2 to make this a 3. But like if you're playing like Shepherd's Heirloom and like this card, like that's a decent package already. Uh, they're it's not bad. Mage, Seeker, Investigator. Opponents must pay power for each unit beyond the first to move multiple units to my battlefield at the same time. This card's interesting, but I'm going to put it in play it if you have to, because it is pretty easy for your opponent to play around this, or just like pay the cost. Like, oh, okay, I have to move 2 units. Um, so that means I'm going to, just recycle one, whatever. It's not the end of the world. Then we have Safety Inspector. Uh, this card is not bad. Uh, in fact, I would say it's good. It's coal on a body. You might be playing like a bunch of little birdie tokens, in which case, like, you just kill one of those. Uh, and then if you spend 3 XP, you don't even have to do that. And it looks like if you're playing yellow, you're probably going to be playing some XP. So this is another playable card. It's borderline good, but it's situational. It's not always good, because sometimes your opponent's just not going to have one or two bigger guys. They're going to also have a little shitter, and they're just going to kill it. And you're going to have spent 2 extra mana and a recycle for a 3-drop to kill a little bird or something. Then we have Shadow's Call, which is choose a friendly unit without temporary, give it temporary draw 2. Um, so I think this card is playable, but it's not amazing. This card is like kind of towards the bottom of playable, but sometimes it's nice. I mean, you can give one of your little birds it and draw 2, and like you score with the bird, and then you draw 2. Well, you would draw 2 first and then run with the bird, and then if they kill the bird, you don't care, kind of thing. So I think that's fun. Then you have Stalking Wolf, which is your 4 energy recycle 1 for a 6 might. Um, this card is very similar to Rengar, but it costs 1 less energy, but it has that massive condition of you need to kill a unit, and for that reason, I'm putting it in play if necessary. Uh, if you feel confident that you can make a bunch of little 1/1 birds, you can play this card. Otherwise, I would not play this card, because this card, if you don't have those units, it's literally unplayable. So just keep that in mind. Starhound is pretty awesome. Just value city. Uh, God, I almost want to put this card in good. Almost. I mean, 5 mana recycle 1 for overstated, and you return a card from the trash to your hand. It's just like sick value. But what dog cat? Let me check something. Hold on. Is Rengar cat? It is. Okay. Nope. This card is good. I take it back. This card is good. There's some good stuff you can bring back. Even if you can't, like, worst case scenario, it's still doing good. That card is just good. That's just sick value. Like, the fact that it's overstated is amazing. That card, I think you're happy to see it. Then we have Undying Loyalty. It's a 2 energy, recycle 1 spell. It costs 2 less if you choose a bird, cat, dog, or Poro. And you play a unit with cost no more than 2 and no more than recycle from your trash, ignoring its cost. So you can recycle 1 to play a 2-drop from your yard. And I'm going to say that's a play if necessary. Like, if you're in the strat and, I don't know. This card doesn't seem very good. It seems pretty mid. Unless I'm missing something that you want to, like, play over and over. This doesn't seem great. But I do love this art. And I if you watch my other videos, you know I have a dog. He's passed out, having a little nappy. And yeah, big fan. Big fan. You got Ash. Just a reminder that you cannot use your Ash promo in your deck. If you pull an Ash in your packs, you can use it, but you can't use the promo. And it's 5 energy, recycle a yellow, 4 might, and when you play me, you look at your opponent's hand, and you banish a card from it, and when they hold, return it to their hand. And I mean, that is a strong effect. Is it strong enough to go into like the good card category when it's understated? I'm gonna say yes. Looking at your opponent's hand is always good. You pick the card that makes it hardest for them to hold, and then you contest like crazy, and they're in this position where they're probably gonna try and force things, because if they don't, they never get their best card in hand back. Otacon. It's funny to me. It's funny to me that I didn't realize Otacon was a rare as opposed to an epic. I think Otacon is pretty good. I don't know if it's in like must play territory, but it's hard for your opponent to deal with these singular big units especially when they're in your base. And it puts your opponent in this situation where they have to hold with multiple units if they want to have a good pick, or not hold at all. It's almost must play, but it's good. It's a good card. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten tired. Maybe this should be in must play. Like, hold on. Did I put? I don't know. Who cares, guys? It doesn't matter. It's yellow, right? No one cares about yellow. Then we have Galio, just 3 energy recycle for this like way overstated unit with deflect and tank, but he does not deal combat damage. God, this card is hard to evaluate for me. If you're running a hold strategy, it's good. If you're not running a hold strategy, it's pretty mediocre. You can't take fields with this. Like, you can't attack with it. You can just sit there and hold stuff up. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. And it's super troll to run it in some decks, or just like going second feels terrible. So I might move it down. I might move it to the top of play if necessary. Then we have LeBlanc, yellow LeBlanc. She's a 3 energy recycle up yellow for 3 might with the Assault 1 and Death Knell, draw a card. This card is good. And let's say you pull the LeBlanc Legend. If you pull the LeBlanc Legend, this card is insane. Sacrifice. So Sacrifice is a sick card and constructed for a variety of reasons. However, I don't think it's great in this, because most of the time your big units are not going to be dying to removal. They're going to be dying in a trade, and you're going to want them to actually trade off. You don't want to kill them and not do the damage, if that makes sense. You want them to actually trade with at least something to get some value, and drawing cards is not really worth that. This card could almost be in like I'm gonna say this is bad. It is only 1 energy, so like perhaps I'm under maybe like there are situations, but I'm gonna say it's not good. Then we have Shard of Undoing, 6 energy gear. The first time a friendly unit dies during your beginning phase each turn, each opponent must kill one of their units. This card is bad. Like, this card is pretty much only playable in like Lilia LeBlanc stuff, and it's freaking 6 energy, which is just so expensive. for what is effectively a conditional coal of the week. Um, Not good, not good. Uh, then you have tactical retreat, 2 energy reaction. Choose a friendly unit the next time it would die this turn, heal it, exhaust it, and recall it instead. This card is awesome. It's really good. Uh, it's is it in must play? It's almost a must play. I feel like I gotta give yellow some kind of must play. Let's just put Otacon up there because I don't know. He's kind of a bomb. I think you play him. Then you have Vi. Oh, this is a must play in yellow. It's 5 energy, recycle one for a 5. Ambush. Yes, yes, I love ambush. And when it attacks, you stun an enemy unit, which is just great. That's just, that's what else could you want in an ambush? It's like then if your opponent spends combat tricks to save whatever you're attacking with this and whatever else, it's stunned, so it can't deal damage back to you, and then you just do it again next turn, stun it again. Like, that's insane. This is Yellow Vi is really, really good. Then we have Ivern. As you play me, you choose the tag. It gains the tag when it conquers or holds. Score 1 point if your units have all the following tags among them. This is play if necessary. Like, the odds of you being able to consistently have all the tags are fairly low. So you're never going to get the extra points. So this is, for most intents and purposes, a 6 energy, 6/6, 6 might. So not great. Not terrible, but not great. We got Poppy. You may spend 3 XP as an additional cost to play me, and if you do, I cost 3 less, and it has ambush and tank. So if you've got a XP build going, this card's pretty sick. 3 mana recycle a yellow for an ambush, 5 might with tank that protects your stuff. Is pretty good. I'll put it in good. Just assuming you're playing EXP. Also, what the heck? Like, I'm now looking at yellow, and it's about to be like the best color, which I told you guys I'm not biased. Like, I don't really like yellow, and I'm tired. Then you got Rift Herald. This card is it's an understated 8 cost. It's 8 energy, recycle yellow for 7 might. However, when it moves to a battlefield, you look at top 3 cards of your deck. You can take a unit from them and add it to your hand, recycle the rest, and then when it dies, you play a unit from your hand, ignoring its energy cost. You do have to pay its recycle cost, but that is pretty darn good. Like that, I think that's about as bomby as it gets in Riftbound currently. I mean, not necessarily. Like, I guess there's the Barons and Elder Dragons, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close, for sure. But yeah, Rift Herald is a great card. I think in sealed especially. And then you have the Ruination. Board wipe. 9 energy, recycle 3, kill everything. I think depending on where you're at in the game and what kind of deck you're playing, this card is good. But I don't think it's like, I don't know. It's not, you can't compare it to board wipes in other games. It's very expensive, is what I'll say. It's a very expensive board wipe. And I don't know. You probably always play it if you have it, but something about it. Something about it does not sit right with me. But maybe I'll get got eventually. Nah, this thing's just really good. I'm gonna put it in must play, but with the caveat that, like, if you're playing like if you're playing the Ivern deck, you're probably not also playing Ruination. But depending on what kind of deck you're playing, this card's pretty good. And yeah, that's it. So we look at yellow. If you take a look at the tier list, as you can see, yellow ended up actually being pretty good. If we can just do a little recap, uh, blue has the most good cards, but the least must plays. Purple and yellow are tied for the most must plays. Um, yeah, I mean, all the colors look fairly balanced. Red, is a little weaker on the highest end, but some of their good cards are really, really good. Uh, Basically, I wouldn't say any color seems super broken. It's more you get to play three colors, so I would just, as you're building your pools, be careful to evaluate like, hey, how do I fit the most high quality cards in my 25 card deck, or 24 plus one. But anyways, I'll be back for one last part of this review, and that will be the legends, signature spells, and the battlefields. Thanks for watching. See you next time.